Does the Modi government, remember, has a big ticket idea? And could this then just be the game changer? Could we see the 2024 polls as the biggest polls the country has seen? Could we be on the road to one nation, one election? No one knows, but there are enough and many indications. And don't forget that the government has also called for a special parliament session in September. What is on the agenda? What's on the cards? And knowing Narendra Modi and the present dispensation, we should be ready for a big ticket idea. We deep dive into that subject. We'll have a panel of guests joining us, also more inside track of what possibly could be on the agenda in just a moment. But first up, as always, the headlines on the show. The government has called for a special parliament session from September the 18th to the 22nd. Everyone is asking, what is the agenda? Huge suspense over what the government intends to do. Sources say the government could bring one nation, one election bill in the special parliament session. This is round 3 of the Team INDI meeting in Mumbai. Representatives of 26 opposition parties are in attendance. The meeting currently is underway. India storms with mega GDP numbers, recording growth at a 7.8% for the first quarter of the financial year 2024. The Adani Group is denying allegations of opaque investment in stocks mentioned in the report by the Soros-funded group. On day 13 of the Article 370 abrogation hearing in the Supreme Court, the centre says polls in Jammu and Kashmir possibly could happen very soon. And as India is counting down to the big mega G20 summit, reports are indicating after Putin, Xi Jinping is likely to skip that summit. So a lot of interesting developments are happening even as we are putting out this broadcast. Remember, today is a day where you have the INDI Alliance Bloc meeting in Mumbai. There are questions that the Alliance Bloc is facing. There are questions that they need to answer. Because there are netas from their very own bloc who have predicted that we could be looking at early Lok Sabha elections. If the elections happen in the month of December, like Mamata Banerjee, like Nitish Kumar have predicted, are they battle ready? That's a question they need to answer. But on the other side, the government has decided to call for a special session of the parliament at the end of the G20 summit. The government has informed that this is essentially going to be where they'll be discussing the roadmap for Amrit Kal for the next many years. But then insiders tell us that the government could be looking at the big ticket idea of one nation, one election. Could that happen? Could that be the game changer? Let's not forget the Prime Minister on multiple occasions has spoken in favor of this idea. He says we waste money, we are not able to focus on governance as much as we should because the focus remains on having elections, and India being such a vast country with different states, does it make sense to have one nation, one election? That bill, possibly insiders tell us, could be introduced in the special session of the parliament. Now, the opposition, being the opposition, will not welcome this move. They will protest. They will see red. A lot of them are questioning the timing also of this special parliament session. Now, on your screen, you're also looking at images that have come in earlier from the INDI Alliance meeting that continues in Mumbai. But on your screen are also more details of a lot of other countries where this model is being followed. And not that India, remember, did not have this model. Till about 1967, India actually had one nation, one election. But then a lot changed, and a lot could possibly change even now. So what could happen in the next few weeks building up to the big elections of 2024? Republic is tracking that story very closely. Before we take it to our panel of guests that's going to join us in just a moment, Also listen in to what Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Shiv Sena, the Uddhav faction, has to say. And why does she see red in this announcement by the government?
प्रहलाद जोशी जी ने ये निर्णय लेकर ट्वीट किया है कि सितंबर 18 से लेकर 22 तक एक स्पेशल सेशन होगा जिसमें राज्यसभा और लोकसभा के सारे एमपीज़ को बुलाया गया है। मेरा सवाल ये है कि देश का एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट फेस्टिवल गणेश चतुर्थी खास करके महाराष्ट्र के लिए वो एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट हिंदू फेस्टिवल है। तो ये जो हिंदू विरोधी काम हो रहा है, हिंदू सेंटिमेंट्स को दरकिनार करके ये काम हो रहा है, हम जानना चाहते हैं ये क्यों हो रहा है, किस आधार पे ये निर्णय लिया गया, यही खास करके डेट क्यों चुनी गई, ये केंद्र सरकार को और पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर को बताना पड़ेगा। क्या यही इनकी हिंदुत्ववादी सोच है कि जो एक इतना बड़ा त्यौहार जो दिवाली की तरह बनाया जाता है देश के कोने कोने में, क्या विदेशों में भी बनाया जाता है, और आप उस समय पे सेशन बुलवा रहे हैं, तो ये किस आधार पे बुलवाया जा रहा है, ये हमारा सवाल है। क्योंकि मैंने इस पर ट्वीट किया था तो मुझसे सारे सवाल किए गए थे, मैंने सोचा कि आप लोग के समक्ष आकर मैं ये बात पूछूं, हम अपने केंद्र सरकार से पूछें कि अब जब विंटर सेशन होने वाला है तो उस बीच में ये स्पेशल सेशन करने की क्या ज़रूरत है, और ख़ास करके उन दिनों।
So a lot of suspense, but then a lot of fear-mongering also. And is that what Priyanka is largely doing? We do not know, but we'll find out with a panel of guests that joins us, because these are very interesting times, so ladies and gentlemen, that we are living in. And you know, every moment Siddharth can just change. And like they say, a week is a long time in politics, Rakhi. But here, trust the BJP to float new ideas almost every day. The opposition gets taken by surprise. So we'll say good evening to Rakhi Rathore, who represents the BJP. Siddharth Sharma ji is spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Gyanendra Mishra ji is also a political analyst. He leans towards the Congress. We also have Sanjay Gupta ji with us here in our studios. He represents the Shiv Sena, the Uddhav faction. And let's get kick-started with Sanjay ji only. Sanjay ji, Priyanka Chaturvedi इतना पैनिक क्यों फैला रही है? वो कहती है कि सरकार ये संसद का स्पेशल सेशन क्यों ला रही है? वो कहती है कि गणेश चतुर्थी के बीच में ये क्यों हो रहा है? अब बीजेपी ये कहती है कि क्या गणेश चतुर्थी है तो आप काम धंधा सब बंद कर देंगे, क्या कामकाज बंद हो जाएगा?
देखिए, आज अगर बीजेपी की सरकार केंद्र में है और शिवसेना ने उसको हमेशा सपोर्ट किया, तो हिंदुत्व के मुद्दे पर ही आज बीजेपी की सरकार है। और जिस तरह से आज हिंदुत्व विरोधी काम हो रहे हैं इस सरकार में, हमने तो हमेशा इंडिया और पाकिस्तान का मैच हिंदुस्तान की सरजमी पर ना हो इसका विरोध किया। और जब भी
हिंदुत्व से जोड़ रहे हैं, आप इसको हिंदुत्व से जोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
नहीं, मैं हमारी जो सरकार है, आज बीजेपी की जो सरकार है या महाराष्ट्र में हमारी पार्टी है, तो हम तो हिंदुत्व पे ही हमेशा लड़े हैं। हिंदुत्व पे ही हमारा एजेंडा रहा है और हिंदुत्व पे ही हम इनके साथ 25 साल हमने इनके साथ सत्ता के साथ समझौता किया और बीजेपी को आगे किया। आज अगर हिंदुस्तान और पाकिस्तान का मैच गुजरात के अंदर, अहमदाबाद के अंदर होगा और वहां पर पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद के नारे लगाए जाएंगे, तो क्या हिंदुत्व रह गया? क्या पुलवामा भूल गए हम? पुलवामा में किस तरह से, क्या ये इतनी जल्दी, क्या अब कोई नया जब सरकार बनने का टाइम आएगा फिर इसी तरह की कोई दुर्घटना की जाएगी?
नहीं, आप देखिए ऐसे बड़े बड़े आरोप लगा देते हैं। देखिए, आप पॉलिटिक्स में, सही बात है, आप सरकार का मतलब विरोध करेंगे, वो भी ठीक बात है, लेकिन बिना प्रूफ के इस तरह की बातें रखना, एक नेशनल टेलीविजन पे सवाल उठेंगे। लेकिन संजय जी, बिफोर आई गो टू द अदर पैनलिस्ट, मुझे ये बताइए, अगर वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन हो जाता है तो आप इसके फेवर में हैं? आप सपोर्ट करेंगे इस आइडिया को?
हमारी पार्टी तो इसके फेवर में ही थी।
आप फेवर में हैं?
हाँ, फेवर में है इसके, वन नेशन वन ये करते हैं तो इसके फेवर में।
चलिए, तो यू नो राखी, ओल्ड फ्रेंड्स ऑलवेज रिमेन फ्रेंड्स एंड ही इज योर लॉयल फ्रेंड।
मुद्दों के आधार पर ही शिवसेना ने हमेशा समर्थन किया है। बाला साहब ठाकरे थे तो मुद्दों के आधार पर ही वो उन्होंने कांग्रेस को बहुत बार समर्थन किया,
अनलाइक द आप एंड अ लॉट ऑफ अदर पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज। बट राखी, how would you respond to this linking of the Ganesh Chaturthi with the special parliament session? Were all political parties on board? Did the government consult them before announcing this special parliament session, Rakhi?
Deepti, first of all, I would like to congratulate everyone because India has emerged as the fastest growing economy. In fact, in this financial year 23, the first quarter GDP growth is 7.8%, and that's a proud moment for us. And that also, supports the statement which was given by Prime Minister Modi ji that within 3 years we would be the third biggest economy in the whole world. Secondly, as far as Sanjay ji has said, I don't agree with it. We are here with the point of sabka saath, sabka vikas kind of concept, and there should be a debate on the work which we have done and what has been done in the earlier government. So this should be the debate, in fact, not these kind of issues, because it is not Sanjay ji's fault, because on pillars this Ghamandiya alliance is
But Rakhi,
landing.
why have you called this
Hindutva ki baat
special
na karein.
parliament session? The opposition wants to know why have you called this special parliament session? The other allegation is on the day the IND alliance meeting is happening in Mumbai, to manage headlines, you have, announced this new move. Rakhi.
Because we work with the policy of Rashtra Pratham, nation first policy we work on, and for this we will do whatever. These kind of meetings, they are not going to disturb us. But the point is that for this session, the cabinet will decide the points and the agenda for the coming parliamentary session. So I think it would be very early to discuss about these things, and these are the speculations which are going in the media. So I will, request that we should stop for some time. We should wait for some time so that more things would be cleared, and the first thing which I can assure, whatever be the agenda, that would be for the beneficiary of the country only, and that is the only agenda for the Pradhan Mantri.
But Rakhi, one nation, one election, is that happening? Just yes or no. One nation, one election. Is that happening?
I don't. In fact, as an individual, I do support that, because how much time how time and money we spend on these kind of elections every time, they play in our country.
But is the government getting that bill in the upcoming special session, Rakhi?
I again repeat the same thing. That would be decided by the cabinet. That they will decide. They will discuss in the parliamentary session. I think we should, stay for some time. In fact, and we should wait for some time so that we can come to the conclusion that yes.
So Rakhi says wait, but the Aam Aadmi Party, Siddharth, for the longest time has been against this idea. Now, are you having a change of heart? Because, just your friend Sanjay ji here in the studio says it's a good idea. You will save money with this, we'll save resources, we'll focus more on governance, Siddharth. So what is the problem? Why are you opposing it?
No, absolutely. I don't have any problem, Deepti. The problem is that the BJP spokesperson just dismissed totally out of hand as speculative whatever your channel is saying about the one nation, one election theory. So since they are not coming up with opening up the cards, so it's pointless for other parties to open up their cards. It's as simple as that. Now, as far as BJP and calling this session during the Ganesh Chaturthi is concerned, please understand that the entire peninsular India, from Maharashtra to Karnataka to Kerala to Andhra Pradesh to Tamil Nadu, celebrates Ganesh Chaturthi. Ganesh Chaturthi is the premier festival, and this is not the first time BJP is doing it. Hindi mein agar kahe, BJP waxes eloquent about Hindu Sanskriti, and when you see the word Sanskriti in Hindi, there are three words that define Sanskriti. Ek hoti hai Prakriti, ek hoti hai Vikriti, ek hoti hai Sanskriti. Bhajpa kya karti hai? Vikriti ko Sanskriti banati hai. For example, what it has done today in Delhi is that it has, for the G20 summit, the LG has put up certain shivlings in Delhi, and when the people are asking them why that shivling is put up, he is calling those shivlings as artifacts, stone artifacts. So shivling is a matter of faith for Indians, and the BJP's LG in Delhi is installing shivlings as artifacts and announcing them. So basically BJP is corrupting the culture of India, and this is the prime example that during Ganesh Chaturthi, where half of India would be celebrating it, if you are calling for a Lok Sabha,
I will have to burst your bubble. You try to be much like the BJP, and I think that is why आपके ऊपर बार-बार allegation लगता है that you possibly are the B team of the BJP. Right from Lakshmi ji, note ki controversy in the state of Gujarat, to what you're saying today, when there is already a party, that has championed the cause of the majority, that is the BJP, are you competing with the BJP right now? And, just for your knowledge, the Aam Aadmi Party leader, now Minister Atishi, had said that one nation, one election plan is an attack on the basic structure of the constitution. She has said this in the past, Siddharth. And you want to sidestep that question, but what if the government brings this bill? No. Will you support it?
I'll tell you two things. One is that the questions you asked about Aam Aadmi Party's Hindutva line, I think it should have been the BJP which should be questioning me, not the anchor as a neutral person. The second question is very valid from your point of view. What is our stand?
No, I will question everyone. No.
Yeah, for that, unless the BJP itself says, the BJP spokesperson on national television right now in Republic TV, where millions of people are seeing, the BJP spokesperson itself is dismissing the anchor's theory as speculation. Where is the point of Aam Aadmi Party jumping the gun here? That the gun has not been shot for the race to start. Let them shoot the gun for the race to start. Then
so
it will
when Mamata Banerjee says elections will be held in December, when Nitish Kumar says early Lok Sabha polls honge, no one has said that, but that is speculation because it suits you. You will, have a controversy about it. You will say Modi Sarkar ye karna chahti hai, Modi Sarkar ye karna chahti hai. So Siddharth, this politics of convenience does not work. But okay, you've made your point. Let me get in Gyanendra ji also. He hasn't spoken yet. I'll come back to you. Gyanendra Mishra ji, we were earlier speaking and look at the kind of reactions from different political parties. We spoke to the JDU, we spoke to the RJD, the Congress, the BRS, everyone being very, very cautious. They say we do not know abhi kya charcha hi nahi hui hai, there is no discussion, we can't speak about one nation, one election. But could that be that biggest game changer that will change the 2024 polls? And if that happens, are the opposition parties, the INDA alliance, prepared for it? Gyanendra ji.
No, so yes, you are correct that most of the political parties' response are very cautious, and they ought to be. And there are reasons for that. The first reason is that the government has not clarified or indicated at all that what are the issues on which this special parliament session is called for. So obviously, unless it is made public that this is the issue which will be discussed in parliament, and for this purpose, this new parliament session is being called for, the different political parties do not want to disclose their strategy around it. But as I earlier said, in principle, the one nation, one poll is one of the most important aspect of electoral reforms. But obviously, for such a wide-ranging political reforms to come into place, a very wider consultative process will have to be adopted by the government. And that consultation should not confine only to political parties, but there are other critical players in the game, like Election Commission, the central forces which is deployed to conduct the elections, different state governments, etc., etc. And therefore, if we talk about that this, sudden parliament session has been called for to discuss or table this very important bill, then obviously there would be consternation in the political circle that why the government is trying to bring it in such a hurry without having no consultative process around it. And therefore, I think the problem, or if
but
the
once Gyanendra ji, this idea has been in discussion, Siddharth. As far as I know, Rakhi ji and Sanjay ji would agree for some time now. काफी समय से प्रधानमंत्री इस आइडिया को लेकर बात करते रहे और ऑपोजिशन पार्टी इस बार ये बताती रही है कि वो इसको अपोज करती है. Now Siddharth, before I get Sanjay ji to respond, I want to ask you this. If there are simultaneous elections in Delhi, for the Lok Sabha and for the Assembly, are you scared that you would lose out? And is that the reason why political parties, regional satraps, are scared of having one nation, one election, Siddharth?
Yeah, can I ask a rhetorical question? Aam Aadmi Party clearly supported BJP on the Uniform Civil Code, very clearly, categorically. Has BJP brought in the Uniform Civil Code bill in the parliament? So let us not get into that hypothetical scenarios.
But you have said, you have clarified your stand. You have clarified your stand.
Clarifying. Now,
likewise, you should clarify your stand. See, the INDA alliance will have to take a position on this. Siddharth. Will you not have to take a position on this in Mumbai also?
I will clarify to your specific question regarding Delhi. The simple fact is that since 2014, BJP has not won in Delhi, be it Vidhan Sabha or the recently held MCD elections for 4 consecutive terms. In Delhi, BJP has not been in power for last 25 years. So BJP has essentially lost Delhi. BJP in Delhi is depending upon Mr. Gautam Gambhir, who is commentating in the West Indies or for the IPL. So BJP is totally irrelevant and non-existent in Delhi.
What about the Lok Sabha? Siddharth, all 7 seats go to the BJP. The AAP gets 0.
Yeah, this time it will not happen because BJP is a house of cards led by a paper tiger, all shrill propaganda and total shallow performance. And the people
Are
of
you
India
calling
have been
Narendra
through
Modi
this.
a paper
BJP is
tiger,
running
Siddharth?
Ponzi
Did
scheme
you
on
just
India,
call Narendra Modi a
and the
paper tiger?
people of India have unraveled it.
Are you saying the Prime Minister is a paper tiger?
Yeah, I said BJP is a paper tiger. BJP is a house of cards led by a paper tiger. And why I'm saying that? Because for the simple reason that today, as
Okay.
of today, you can see the newspaper called The Hindu. I'm not speaking about the Dawn from Pakistan. I'm saying about The Hindu from India. It says that 74% of Indians today are unable to afford one healthy meal, which costs them less than 250 rupees per day. In the last 5 years, the per meal cost of an Indian household has gone up by 65%.
But then Siddharth, you know, Siddharth, I have limited time. I have limited time for a lot of more questions. I just want to give the last 30 seconds to Sanjay ji. He's here in our studios. संजय जी, अगर सिद्धार्थ का ये तर्क माने कि लोगों के पास खाने के लिए पैसा नहीं है, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट हो, बहुत सारी दिक्कतें हैं, तो फिर तो बीजेपी इस तरह का मूव नहीं चलेगी ना, फिर तो वो लूज कर देगी इलेक्शन। तो अगर बीजेपी ये लाती है बिल तो आप लोग इसका सपोर्ट करेंगे? आप कहते हैं कि आई इंडिया अलायंस भी इसका सपोर्ट करेगा, क्या आप सब मिलकर करेंगे इसका सपोर्ट?
बिल के प्रारूप को देखा जाएगा, सपोर्ट करना और ना करना दोनों बात रहेंगी, लेकिन बिलों को सिर्फ पास करना ही तो सब कुछ नहीं है ना। सीए इन्होंने पास किया था, क्या हुआ उसको? वो बिल अभी तक किस बिल में है? कॉमन सिविल कोड की बात भी इन्होंने किया, वो कहाँ गया? अब एक नए बिल की बात कर रहे हैं। तो सिर्फ बिलों को पास करके रखना ही मैटर नहीं होना चाहिए, या नए बिलों की बात करना नहीं होना चाहिए। जिन बिलों को पास किया हो उनको इम्प्लीमेंट भी किया जाए, सीए को इम्प्लीमेंट किया जाए। ये सिर्फ देश को दिखाने के लिए नहीं होना चाहिए। क्यों नहीं करते आप सीए को इम्प्लीमेंट? मुझे बता दीजिए आप इस बात का जवाब।
अच्छा, आप ये सब स्टेप्स की बात करते हैं, लेकिन राखी, व्हाट अबाउट देन द एब्रोगेशन ऑफ आर्टिकल 370? लॉट ऑफ इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग्स आई थिंक वी हैव, बट बिकॉज आई हैव कंप्लीटली रन आउट ऑफ टाइम. And Rakhi, I promise I will give you the chance to rebut on our next debate because we'll have a lot more conversations. So Rakhi and all gentlemen, I need to thank all of you for joining us right now. But a huge suspense, ladies and gentlemen, on what the government could be wanting to do in this upcoming special session of the parliament. One nation, one election, could that be a reality? We do not know. But on the other side, our focus continues on this big story. Don't go anywhere.